Hey guys, Cooper Codes here. Good afternoon or good morning from Seattle, Washington. 7:30 p.m. Going to get my hour and 30 minutes of programming done. So I'm just going to go into our code base as usual. So I put all of the files from yesterday into this page, into this folder and I just had a little thing that says the topics we covered with your ifs, fors, and functions. Pretty much that's it. And just made a new folder for today, which is objects. So we're going to be covering objects and hopefully making a program related to objects. And instead of what I did yesterday, I'm going to be doing an editing style where I have a voiceover that I put onto the video after I make it, so I can talk about my struggles better and just the general issues I have. Alright, here we go. I'm going to switch over to my voiceover and get coding. Alright guys, so you're going to be watching me be programming pretty fast here. So my beginning idea was just to make a basic car object, which I did, as you see here. Right there, I'm just making the HTML page that runs the script so I can run it on my own console. So I really went into this just going for it. So I made my car, I made my log car info function, I made my create car. I tested out creating the car and I tested out logging the car, and as you can see to the left, top left, it did work. And yeah, so I just took my car model, car new model, lots of stuff's going on here, but really I just have the create car, change car model, and log car info. And then I come from a JavaScript background, or I come from a Java background, so I was kind of confused as to what to do with the accessors and the constructors, and if you can put methods in a constructor. That was the problem that took so long, was I did not know if I could put a method inside of a constructor or not, so it caused some issues. So here I'm attempting to make the car owner. It's working pretty well here, just putting the owner, and all this main function is just to run all of my stuff. So I made a car called Toyota, and I start running into some issues here. As you can see, I try and make a function there inside of the car object, the change model function, because I can change the car model outside of the actual car constructor in its own function, but I was confused as to whether or not I was able to do that function inside of the constructor. So yeah, I also tried get horsepower. The reading this coding session took so long, I didn't really get that much done, is that I kind of just tried lots of different things and like poked around to see what objects were like in JavaScript and like what my constraints were. And so I feel like I learned a lot in what I was trying to do, but I definitely want someone to look over my code, so I'm probably going to be making a Stack Overflow post just to see, like, because I feel like I'm doing some stuff that's like fundamentally wrong and I don't want to continue those bad practices. So as you can see here, I stopped for a bathroom break. Here we can talk about the code. You see change model, change manufacturer. I tried to have those functions inside of the constructor. You can see the car constructor there. And this is just me doing research to the left, looking at objects. So I'm just like so confused out of my mind on the left, so I'm just like looking around for anything that could help. Here I'm running into an error where I don't use this. So in my next video, I'm going to be getting into the this keyword, because I didn't really understand what this meant, but all I knew is that when I put in the this.model, the code started running. When I put in the like this.horsepower or this.manufacturer in the mutator methods, the one that changed them, that changed the object stuff, when I put them in the mutators, it kind of it worked. The code worked, so I was like, if it works, it works. So that's probably another area of bad practice. And you can see all this code on the left. I just did some basic, just mutating the object, and the object was changing, so that's a good sign. It means the code works, but I'm not sure it's the best code you've ever seen in your entire life. So I just tried to do a change car owner. So I was taking a parameter of the object and trying to set it to an object I made myself, which is an interesting situation, and I'm not sure if that's possible in JavaScript. And I just started making a list of things to research because I was pretty confused at this point as to what was going on in my code. It's going through the content pretty fast. It's an hour and 30 minutes of work, so sorry if it's like jumping around a lot. This is another break I took. But pretty much, yeah, after that I said I just wanted to make a to-do list because I was thinking like of different ways of using objects, and I was like, maybe if I just start from scratch again, I will be able to maybe I like had a syntax error or something, or like I'll be able to create a better program. So I did look back what my idea here is I was going to have a list full of activity objects, and the activities would have a day of week, and so you could type in, say, Sunday. You'll see next I create a function. I create a function here after this, not function main. That's just where all my stuff goes, not that. Here, so I create some more activities. I added a description to the activities. If you did not see that, that's what just happened there. So I made a list, and so I tried to do today's activities find, and it wasn't outputting anything, and then I realized it's because I didn't have the main running. And then again with the this statements, I did not understand what they were doing exactly, but once I added the this statements in, the code worked fine. Okay, so that is the video, guys. Pretty fast. Tell me if you like this style of editing more. It's definitely easier, and I feel like I can show a lot more information. Just looking at it right now, that was pretty fast, just going through all that. So I could probably make the videos a little less fast and talk more. So yeah, tell me if you like that video, if you like the style of the video at least. There was like kind of not a lot of content to talk about, but tomorrow I'm going to be going over objects in more detail and doing a more research-oriented programming day, where I don't really do lots of programs, but I go and research different things and then try to apply one thing at a time. So that's the video. Thanks for watching, and if you want to keep up with my stuff, you already know what to do. Subscribe, comment if you want, like. I'll see you guys later.